Alright, weird. It's showing. Hey. It's showing. You behave yourself. Good thing I put the mic there. Hey, what's going on around here? Oh, I know what's going on. Stop. Alright, look at me for a minute. See, I made some changes. I gotta. Oh, wait. I know what's going on. Stop it. Hey, hi, Stella. Stop it, but you gotta stop it. What's going on right here? Alright, we got this one. Stella, walk on people. You're all over this show. You don't have to show off. I don't know about the countdown. Was it working? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Shh. Pushing buttons. I don't understand one thing going on over here. That's alright. Okay. So I shouldn't hear nothing. Now I don't, but you should hear me. But I don't understand this one screen, Stelly. What, did they give me some kind of update I can't handle? I mean, it's working, but it's supposed to be showing the other thing that's going to show me how it's doing. And what's your oh, dashboard. No. Well, this isn't very fun. I'm going to stop this part and just start. But come on, man. Usually it shows me the other screen. Say what the... Why you don't show me that one? Analyticals. Oh! No. Comments. Man, nobody needed an update. We just figured this shit out. And then you go, God damn. Updates. What's going on, Stanley? What did we do wrong? Stella, don't walk on things. Stella, I'll slap you. Stella, you stay right there. There. Have a look at Stanley real quick. Of course I lied about getting it going. I had it ready and there's some bullshit. Always some bullshit. There you go. There's a good boy. There's a good girl. You can't see her yet. Look, there's a good girl. Oh yeah, she's excited. There's cat noises and cats in it and she's in it. She's been helping all day. And I don't know. I'm going to give up in about 3 seconds, but I really... Usually you get to see this thing. But, alright, whatever. It don't matter. What y'all said? Stella, hi, Pepper. Okay, here we go. So, well, you can hear me, right? I do need to know if you can hear me. Well, let's see. Can you hear me? Or do I have the audio off? Yeah, it should be audio, right? No? Can you hear me talking? Oh, red eyes is ready, silly. Waiting? What? You need to refresh or some shit because nobody's waiting. What's up? Hey, man. What's going on with this? I'm gonna slap you. Is it working or not? Alright, it's working. Can you hear me shouting? It's working. I don't know what the hell's going on with this shit, but there we go. Alright. Susan Oregon's too busy with, what's that guy's name? Felix to watch, but that's okay. Who cares? As long as Susie's here. Alright. Except for, oh, that's where I heard it. Okay. I really don't understand that, but that's alright. Okay. So, a lot of this show is uber meta. So I'm going to start the pre-show that came from last show. It was supposed to start right at 5, but some shit went down. But we're going to start right now. It's not that late. And then I'll be back because then I can relax. So I'll be watching with you all a lot because there's stuff from last year and bigger pieces. Some new stuff. There's Susie Poem with the magical, mysterious video and the new piece from Regina Ress. But as we've been doing with our dear Rose Provan up there, I've been, at least for, still got a while longer of going into the past month. And this past month, there was really a whole lot of good stuff. And there wasn't a lot of new stuff from people. They've been too busy with whatever they've been busy with. So it works out perfectly. And so, I'm going to shut up. I If I forget to mute this, the snowball, the audio in a second, tell me, because all you should hear is one me from the past, and in some of these videos over the next few hours, there's past me's and last year's me, so I kind of thought it was a trip. So when I go make it even more trippy, enjoy it with y'all, if you know what I mean. I don't know what that screen's talking about. Advanced mode? What is advanced mode? The one I missed you? No, that's about. Oh shit! No, I've really done it. Go back. I know. Sometimes you know what's good? Just close the motherfucking window and start over. Real quick. I'm gonna keep babbling for a minute. Because I'm gonna start to show. Well, actually, I don't really have to. I know, it's gonna feel weird. It's funky. And then my hair will change, and it's cool. And you'll have some things you remember and some things you don't. Your videos, that's right. Maybe I just needed to do what I'm about to do. I'm doing this one more time. As far as this thing is being, usually you get all in here. I mean, I could just be doing something stupid, but usually that's all done. So usually it's the screen that tells me, well, that'll work. I don't know. Usually it's got the whole thing. Maybe because I didn't start it from here. Whatever. It's working. That's what matters. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.
Good days are coming, they're on their way. Good days are coming soon. Calves are a-dropping, tree buds a-popping, wildflowers are in bloom. We had a dark, dreary winter, dismal and cold, rainy, and skies were gray. Now clouds they're parting, new life is starting, spring is on the way. For too long life was gloomy, ominous and bleak. We almost gave in to fear, but through all stormy weather we made it through together, and now good times are here. Good days are coming, they're coming soon. Good days are coming soon. We've got love in our hearts, we've got hope in our souls. Good days are coming soon. Good days are coming, they're coming soon. Good days are coming soon. We've got love in our hearts, we've got hope in our souls. Good days are coming soon. There were voices of evil, so many angry people spreading fear and hate. But we came to our senses, we mended our fences before it was too late. Good days are coming, they're coming soon. Good days are coming soon. We've got love in our hearts, we've got hope in our souls. Good days are coming soon. We've got love in our hearts, we've got hope in our souls. the days are coming soon.
Oh, hey, what y'all doing? Is this thing working? This thing on? Excuse me. Volume. I was waiting for the to catch up to make sure. Is that me? Am I there? Can I hear me? Can you hear me? I think it's working. All right. Hey, what are y'all doing? All right. I got a stuffed animal. This is from found it sitting out. I don't know where most things are, but this is a Monty Python I got when I saw them. That is not relevant to anything ever. And did I dye my hair or didn't I? Ha ha ha. Hello. All right. So Hemingway. No, Hemingway's whiskey. That's a different thing. I don't know. Is Hemingway's whiskey bourbon? Was he a bourbon man, or did he like all that peaty stuff? Let's find out. But first, let's get down to business. Hello, welcome to the 15th end of monthly Julesworks Follies end of monthly warp up showcase. And I don't know, things seem a little different. Here's the house. There's Stella, she's watching. Not in bed, that's a little different than sometimes. There's the king. He's got some new mats for my birthday yesterday. He's got hat. He was sitting on his hat. He wanted to sit on something like he does before those mats yesterday when I left the house for the radio show. And I could tell he wanted to put his paws on something. He now has lots of new mats and a rainbow. That's not new. And the house is, you know, I'm not going to say it's coming on too much yet, but after today, especially because I got fired, I'll be able to fix the house up. Yeah, don't ask about that. We'll talk about that if we need to. Anyway, until they come crying for me back, looks like I'll get some unemployment, and we'll enjoy not being a slave and getting your soul stabbed and heart jabbed and body hurt. But anyway, I thought we weren't talking about that. So, it's a little different kind of show. We didn't quite have, you know, I don't know. Who cares? It'll be a good show. But there's going to be about 3 pieces from everybody. And we've got Rose Provon. Actually, I think we only have 2 of her. We'll find a third. Margot Cole. Well, actually, we have 2 of them. So maybe we'll do it that way. The Loyalists, whatever. And then we have Jim Jones, of course, and Uncle DT, and Sean Heelan, and Nikoa. And it is National Poetry Month, April. Not just the greatest end of the month birthdays in the ever, which it is. And then a self-birthday toast. An old one and a new one will be the end with the Greg Turner finale. So, I don't think... Taz she died last month, right? I'm not sorry. As long as I get my unemployment, bastards. Anyway, they should respect people, and then they will have a staff. As it is, they may not have a staff soon. So, anyway, we'll talk about that later. After I drink. This is just mate. I mean, being fired isn't always a good feeling, but moving on to a new phase of life really can be, and the job is killing me, literally. I was limping to Teatro Paraguas to rehearsals after waiting tables, not to mention agitated by being abused almost every shift. Not by customers, generally. But we're not going to talk about that, damn it. I mentioned it, it's my fault. Anyway, yeah. First scene, I think let's just get right into it. We can babble later. I was trying to think what I was thinking if I can't remember now, 5 seconds ago, if I said the name Taz or not. The last show, I think, was dedicated to Taz, who had died, and then 2 days later, a former coworker died himself, but I don't think of any fresh deaths as such to, tribute the show to. But the word tribute comes up in the show. I built the show, you'll see some coincidences or whatever. They're not coincidences. So this first set is going to have David Tom, Nikoa, Jim Jones, Rose, Sean Hillen, and Margot. So I'm going to go grab a beer and let's watch the first part. Thank you all for joining. And oddly enough, the reason I did this Monday, it seemed cool to do the day after my birthday, is the last Saturday of the month, which is coming. This Saturday, I was going to be covering a work shift for a coworker, but I won't be. But that's okay, because I can enjoy it and not work. And we're doing the show now. The show will carry on the end of each month, whether it's Saturday, Monday, whatever it'll be. We can vote on that or figure it out. And you're going to hear through Rose about the first live offering coming from Julesworks at Theater Walk in the show, so I won't say much about that. And as we carry on, we'll probably at some point this summer get together maybe a live follies, but we're going to carry on doing these at the end of each month, whether it's Saturday or Monday or whatever, the end of the month, because you all, most of you don't live here, and I love doing this. So and oddly enough, I don't want to jinx this one, but I was ready a half hour ago, to be honest with you. It was really bizarre. I felt very strange being ready early. All right, so when I'm talking, I miss the chat, but let's someone else join. Sean, what's up? Hey, Sean, just in time. So here comes scene one, and let's go. Enough out of me, right, Stella? Stella's been doing this funny thing where she'll stare at that wall for a while. I think because she's like, Daddy, I don't want to see you on the... She'll turn if there's somebody, it's a good-looking mountain man. Well, I don't know, Stella, I don't count. He's like, you're Dad. And you're wearing a dumb hat. Not the hat. Not the Stanley hat is dope. The silly thing. It's too silly, I tell you. It's very silly. Why are you so silly? Yes. Stanley. He's a good boy. He's a real man. Look at his feet. Look how he sits with his back paw. Keep himself. He's waving. Hey, wave your tail. Stanley, we love you. Stanley. Tell a cat what to do. Hey, Stanley, don't wave your tail. Love you, Stanley. Don't wave your tail. He's dancing. Cat psychology. Oh, you missed it. Hey, Stanley, don't wave your tail. Don't dance your tail. Hey, Stanley, wag your tail. Whoa. He's like, yeah, you want to demonstrate? I'll show you who's boss around here. Okay, cat non-tricks ending. Let's now for real start the show. Let me see what y'all say. Who joined? More people. Frank! Oh! Hey, Frank. Hey, I'll feed you, lasagna, pal. No. He likes, I I don't know if he likes lasagna. He'd like to meat. It was birthday week, so we've had lots of seafood, and we had Uncle DT barbecue. We had a giant Dino rib. I don't know. I think my unemployment went through, although I didn't get the money yet. But I got birthday money, so maybe we'll order something delicious later. So maybe, yeah. Don't worry about jobs. You'll get a job. Go work at Walmart, though. Give me some meat. Anyway, so here comes scene one. I'm gonna get my beer, and yeah, it's gonna be. We're mellow. We're just chilling. We don't have to get too crazy, but we can. We don't have to decide. Here we go. Scene one. Thank you all for joining. Let's check back with the chat real quick. Number of people, good connection. We got a lot of people. We're jamming. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the 15th end of monthly Julesworks Follies Warp Up Showcase. And yeah, I think as Susie and I were texting, it's a little bit of a weird moment. That doesn't mean good or bad. It just feels a little good weird. Enjoy. Oh, let's get that warning out of here. And off we go. I'll see y'all after scene one, 6 pieces. Thank you.
California's burning, you can smell it in the air. California's burning, you can smell it in the air. You may be rich or poor, but you know that fire don't care. Coyotes howling, devil winds are starting to blow. Coyotes howling, devil winds are starting to blow. And those fires are getting closer than they were 1 hour ago. No rain for 4 years, and the hills are dry and brown. No rain for 4 years, and the hills are dry and brown. Well, some folks are saying that the whole wide world burned down. Black clouds are rising, and they're blocking out the sun. Black clouds are rising, and they're blocking out the sun. Some folks are saying that the judgment day has come. California's burning, no one knows when this will end. California's burning, no one knows when this will end. But that cloud burns down, boys, we'll just build it back again.
So, my grandfather died last night. It was just his time. So I'm going to play a song for him. And this is a great song, and a song that he showed me when I first got this ukulele. Before I knew how to play, I just bought it, not knowing how to play. and so he showed me this song, and he was like, oh, I can't do that kind of stuff anymore. Like, you know, I couldn't do that. Okay, I guess I'll try. And then he plays it perfectly. So this is for you, Grandpa. Jada, 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 ding, jing, jing. Jada, 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 jing, jing, jing. It's a funny little bit of melody. It's so soothing and appealing to me. It goes a jada, 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 jing, jing, jing. Jada, 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 jing, jing, jing. I love you, Grandpa.
Jing, jing. That's a funny little bit of melody. It's so soothing and appealing to me. Jada, 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 ding, ding, ding.
These cowboy boots, they were made by their lady, help to keep me steady on the nights when I got tired. These cowboy boots, they two-step through Lajitas, been bathed in margaritas on starry Texas nights. These cowboy boots, it's just a bottom part of the life I chose to live. If it comes right to it, nothing I wouldn't give for these cowboy boots. These cowboy boots, they've been frozen round the campfire. They've been tangled up in barbed wire. Right here, the tops are red. These cowboy boots, they stalked the streets of Paris, got lost down in Banderas underneath some lace bed. These cowboy boots, they're just a bottom part of the life I chose to live. If it comes right to it, there's nothing I wouldn't give for these cowboy boots. Well, these cowboy boots with 9 rows of stitching, 'cause they look good in my kitchen when they're dry from the rain. I wear these cowboy boots to remind me of my history, when life still had some mystery. Cowboys rode the plain. Shined up right nice for my wedding, pointed where I should be heading, for me and my new wife. These cowboy boots, they helped me stand up straight and tall. But I got the call when my daddy left this life. These cowboy boots, it's just a bottom part of the life I chose to live. When it comes down to it, son, there's nothing I wouldn't give for these cowboy boots. Yeah, when it comes down to it, son, there ain't nothing I wouldn't give for this cowboy's boots.
Hi, I'm Rose, and I play Grandma on Julesworks Follies. I'm an expert at everything. Maybe you saw my presentation of Grandma Smokes Pot. I know a lot about that. And now that it's legal here, you can ask me anything about it. Just not today. Today, I'm going to tell you about wine. That's rosé wine. Jules enters, carrying a glass, sits in the chair. Rosé is probably the oldest known type of wine. Did you know that? It's pretty easy to make using the skin contact method, but don't try to make it by mixing red wine and white wine. That method is discouraged by everyone and is forbidden by law in France. I have 2 bottles for us today, so we can demonstrate wine tasting. Raise your glass, drink. First, I have these cards to remind you of the proper steps. You must use all of your senses, starting with vision. Look, and turn your glass on its side to spread out the wine. Consider its color and clarity. All wine can go brown. Yes, that's not good. Your wine should be pink. And as to clarity, it should be bright and clear. And of course, there should be no pieces of cork in your glass. The next step is the smell test. This is the most important of your senses. So get the smells your wine has to offer. Swirl the glass first. I'm sure you've seen experts do that. Then take a long, deep sniff. Concentrate. And then drink? No, I don't say that. After the first 2 steps, you can finally do the tasting. Your tongue has 4 possibilities. The top tastes sweetness. Midway back and on both sides, the tongue tastes acidity, sourness, and salt. The back of the tongue tastes bitterness. And this is when you look at your tongue, if you want to, or not. All of these tastes combine with smells to create flavor. If you were tasting several wines, you should spit. However, we have only 2, so you can cleanse your palate with just a little water. Here you go, that's a little water. There's a final step in the process. It is think. Ask yourself some questions, simple or complex. Do the flavors linger long on the palate? What is the texture and weight of the wine? How will it pair with your food? Then, whoops. Right, I don't say anything else. Everything is you pantomiming with the glass, the water, the wine. Now, you can go home and try wine tasting, but be sure to do it while watching Julesworks. You can see Julesworks Follies on the YouTube channel on the last Saturday of the month, or when you get to 5 o'clock in the evening, look around for it. Thank you.
Monday, Saturday. Yes. Thank you. Can I drink now?
No, that's when you get up and try to stumble off
Oh, wait.
stage.
I was about to make a joke. I was going to say, oops, I drank it all. I better go home. Not driving.
Time for Canucto. Always in the morning, there's always another way. Instead of anger storming, we found the peaceful way. We found the peaceful way. He's our angel of the airways. I was a gringo, he a brown beret. We came from other worlds though, became friends anyway. We became friends anyway. He's our angel of the airways. Notes in the tones never go away. When I feel alone, I know you're backstage. He's our angel of the airways. Sat in the armchairs for many golden days. Record player prayers were answered every way. They're answered every way. He's the angel of the airways.
Hi, Jules and Julesworks. This is Margot Cole. I am going to do a little cover of a song called One Small Thing from My Little Pony, the movie, released in 2017. For any bronies in the audience, these are really the only songs that I know. Okay. It's two characters singing together. That's why it's going to sound like this. So here's the song. Hey now, don't be sad. I know we cannot stay, but we've got a couple minutes and a little time to play. I know you have important things, so it's okay, just go. But we can still pick one small thing to do with you, you know. One small thing doesn't seem like a lot One small thing, work with the time you've got. Soon one small thing becomes two, after two, perhaps another few. Then one small thing is not so small. One small thing can be the biggest thing of all. One small thing, and we don't seem so far apart. Soon one small thing leads to more. It's so much more than it was before. Just one small thing and you will see the start of something big for you and me. So that's a little bit of it. You can watch the whole movie and kind of see how the song is supposed to sound. And of course, if you want to see more good performing, check out teatroparaguas.org. Check out teatroparaguasnm.org and Teatro Paraguas at Zerb TV, CERB TV. And also, if you want to see more of my work, you can check out cryptvideoproductions.com. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, here's to you all. To those of you who've seen the show before, thank you. And to folks like Mr. Crash, who I think is new to the show, and Sean and Frank, who have seen it but don't always make it. Anyway, thank you all. So the callback, whatever, on what you just saw before the next scene was, let's see, in reverse order. So that was Margot Cole doing the My Little Pony song, as she said, and telling you about her video productions on the East Coast, as well as she's on the board of Teatro Paraguas. So thank you, Margot. Sean Heelan, Angel of the Airwaves for Canuto, and luckily, I almost said that wrong. Guitar Shorty just passed away, but they did record him doing at John O'Manson's studio in town here in Santa Fe, Kitchen Sink, doing adding pieces to that song that hasn't been released yet that I know of. So Canuto sung, who would have loved hearing Guitar Shorty, and then Guitar Shorty just passed away that day. So that's that part of the thing. Yeah, Susie, to friends old and new. I'll add the voices in our head. Anyway, let's see here. So we had before those two the rehearsal for the Julesworks Follies Theater Walk piece, written by Rose Provon, their grandma, with the silent Jules. She figured out how to shut him up by writing him to be shut up. And yes, that is what we're doing. Theater Walk, I posted in there. Anyone in Santa Fe is coming up later in May. And then we have Nicoa Salas. He called that day 15 of 16 of the 21-day quarantine productivity challenge. Asked him, this is his words, but I said him, not me, to learn skills he, whatever, always wanted to learn. That's very confusing when you do that. He chose ukulele, create one cheesy ukulele song every day for 21 days. He's a very self-effacing man with the cheesy comment. And, I know. And, weird. Oh, user error. Okay. Aha! I thought that was off. Okay. Hang on. I'm fixing the cameras that you're about to see in a sec. And while talking, very unprofessional. Terrible. It's just terrible. All right. So, and then David Tom, California Burning, the David Tom Band from the second floor live. That was a bit ago. Let's see here. I should get the real info. So give me a sec. And then we're going to carry on with scene 2 of our show here. So Crash, if you've never, those of you who've never seen it, if you stick around, what I do is I'm here right now. And then I play these things I put together from these talented folks. And we have some traditions. We have scenes that are 3, 6, mostly today's 6, 3 or 6. And they're not that many scenes. This show is not likely to be too long. And then we have the tradition of a toast finale in a while. And then we have the Greg Turner group finale, and then bonus if anybody wants it. So anyway, oh gosh, what was I doing? Oh, I was looking up the credits on David's song, that live version. So give me a second. That's David Tom, aka Uncle DT Barbecue. The hat tells you. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the credits, songs from the second floor is a collection of ephemeral performances that occur live on the air in one take on 88.1 WYCE. The video series is produced by Gritov in a collaboration with Wiki and the Rapidian in order to capture and archive these rare moments. A service of the Grand Rapids Community Center. And here's what I just read you. And, well, you know, working is a hazard, and working for ungrateful people who succumb to the American dream, money, ego, etc. is a hazard, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, it depends on who you ask. People are trying to figure out, including the person who fired me, why I've been fired. And it's okay, because I get needed unemployment. Anyway, shut up. All right, so in this next segment, all right, let's see. We got the audio on. Yep. Make sure to tell me in a few seconds if you see my voice, my lips moving and not. But yeah, but don't hear it. I think you should. And there's Stelly. And as long as Regina's still there, I won't do too much yapping since I did a year ago just then. John C. Bailey, thank you for joining. As I said on my radio show yesterday, there are some good things about social media sometimes. And that, in this case, others would be that he thought I was kidding a minute ago in an Instagram interaction that I was live streaming to puck drop hockey. Oh, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. But thanks for checking it out. We do this every month. So let me just do an intro and a callback, and then we'll get right into Regina's piece while she's here and John's here, and then we'll carry on. So this is the Julesworks Follies variety show. Julesworks, John and others, has existed since the 90s. The Julesworks Follies is well over 10 years old, including all the years of quarantines. That's how much I'm talking. So yes, okay, that's good. Because I had turned the mic off. Anyway, hells yeah. So, who's gonna win? Go Bears. Go Bearcats. Hockey. Anyway, I like hockey actually. But that's distracting me from getting Regina to be able to see herself. Yeah. So we do this every month. We were gonna do our 63rd variety show live in April of 2020, which each year it was themed with an anniversary of the Julesworks Folly. Julesworks has been doing theater and film and stuff since the 90s, since I moved to here from the East Coast. So anyway, and I'm in New Mexico. And so, real quick, carrying on with the intro, like a real intro here. And then, I think you know what happened, and March 15th of 2020, and so speaking of Julesworks having made movies, one reason why we've been doing live stuff as a variety show is I didn't have an idea myself, nor anyone else, a full script for a full play, and we'd done movie stuff, but that requires editing gear and an editor that was better than I was, so we weren't really doing much of that. I always knew we should have had some online visibility, and the shutdown, quarantines is a bad push to it. And hi, Regina. Regina's going to tell a great story. I'm going to shut up about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to hit play. I just want to finish this intro. And there's a tiny Jim Jones song, and Regina, an amazing storyteller. So anyway, back to the present for a moment, and the past. I called the first the 63rd, which all of this stuff is on Julesworks Follies YouTube channel free, by the way, that you should now have. John Bailey, thank you. Anyone else? And please subscribe. It's free. Thumbs up helps a lot too. If a whole bunch of people click thumbs up, turn on videos and hit mute and let them play, but like them and subscribe at once, it will really, really help. It really, really would help. Go Rangers. Okay, is that who we... yeah. No, I'm sorry. New York. I'm from Baltimore. But go. Anyway, but don't leave until I shut up and you watch Regina. Can you wait? Because I'm trying. So, anyway, Julesworks exists. Gonna keep existing. I called it a near-death artistic experience, putting together without the proper gear and not too much editing experience, but learned. I took a whole week off the job that I mentioned a year ago in the piece we just saw, got fired from. And a week prior, took forever, but we did it as a movie file, is the point. And that's number 63 that's on our thing. And then we took the summer off because my job, we didn't have a shutdown as such. We didn't have a break. After 5 weeks, our hardworking immigrant lunatic African boss had us jumping into spending a year and a half of selling food getting food to customers everywhere, but from the kitchen, carrying plates to the table. In particular, ruining an entire summer on a stupid hot truck and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that was a long time ago. And then there was like this election thing with the shutdown. Remember all that, 2020? So, and I'm going to wrap it up. But by way of history into the present, cheers. The 64th Julesworks Follies was a lot easier because I got better gear, better blah, blah, blah. And we did that as two shows. One with the Jean Cocteau Cinema, owned by George Railroad Martin, and he actually owns a railroad now, where we will not ever do the show again, but we did for years. We had a running joke, one sidetrack, carry on. We had a running joke that that's Stanley down there. That's Stella. Can you see Stella? Not yet. Not at the moment, but that's okay. There she is. You can see her just fine. Anyway, so we shut down all these venues. They closed under us. It wasn't our fault, but we did have a influence. So we had a running joke over the years of doing the show at the Jean Cocteau Cinema that we were trying to shut that down, and not necessarily funny, but when the shutdown happened, it did shut down. And then it went to reopen. They didn't hire any of the staff back. So blah, blah, blah. Point is, I don't know why Sean Huon's name just came up, but that's okay. So to wrap all of the intro up, is then I learned this whole live stream thing, as a lot of people did. So this is the 27th live stream. We missed 1 month. We do an end-of-monthly Julesworks Follies Showcase Warp-Up right here, no charge. We do have a Patreon and a buy me a coffee if anybody feels like it, but it's not obligated, and it will always be free on YouTube, I think. Who knows always, because these things are evolving. But anyways, I change each time, by the way. So, about to wrap it up. Regina, I hope you're there, because if I'm rushing and you're not, then I'm rushing and you're not. So anyway, from a year ago, number 15, what we saw in the intro was a pre-show, which included Jim Jones' Good Days Are Coming, you can't go wrong with that song, and the Greg Turner Group, Right Track Now. And we had a live tradition that Greg Turner would always play the first song, because then he would usually have to go deal with his kids if he didn't stick around. Sometimes he did. And then that became the opposite, because Greg Turner was in the Angry Samoans, John Bailey, if you ever heard of them. And so, okay, good, because I'm wrapping it up and we're going to get into your piece. John, I think you're taking a break, but thank you. This goes for hours. There's several scenes, and I'm in between each, and then sometimes there's bonus stuff, so feel free to check in. And I think during the shutdown, we were doing it on last Saturday of the month. That changed, because of jobs and life. I think Monday's going to work. Sunday I do a radio show. So anyway, there's going to be another one, which is Memorial Day in May. The April one, the joke was, and by the way, Susie, you didn't catch. I said when I was talking about being fired a year ago, that I got fired now. I had just remembered that Uncle DT and I agreed that I was going to do an April Fool's, with the joke being that it's May 1st for the end of April showcase, because he told me he needed me to work past Saturday, so I couldn't do it at the last Saturday of the month, and I didn't want to do it the last Monday of April because that was my birthday, and that was what I was saying, is that that the live April show that was going to be in 2020, each year we had done that for like 8 or 9 years, was a mix of my birthday. I would make the running joke, Diva Day, that April 24th is also Shirley MacLaine. I was supposed to say Barbara Streisand impression, Shirley MacLaine, because Hitler, I always liked it. It was right before Shakespeare. There's a million birthdays. Every year I notice more. I want to switch my birthday with Al Pacino and Hank Azaria, who are the 25th. I think they should be the 24th, and those ladies, particularly Shirley, can be on the 25th. But anyway, that's not going to happen. And somehow, I don't remember if it's accurate or not, that the end of April is considered the anniversary of the Julesworks follies. So I don't even know how many years, including the virtual. Don't matter. So the Greg Turner group, I was saying he was Angry Samoan. He's been in almost everything Julesworks done since the 90s. And then we got into me yapping from April of 2022. And the only month we missed was January, because I had to move twice last year. And so, yeah. And then we had from last year, from a while ago, and I said in my host notes from last year, it gets more confusing in meta, that was David, Uncle DT Tom, doing California Burning on the radio some years ago. A year ago, Nicola Salas, one of my spirit performer, I call him, his grandfather had passed away, and he sang a song for him. There was a tiny clip that was in there from Molly, who's back in town and making a movie, good friend, that I met at Teatro Paraguas, that you already did and we'll hear more about. Jim Jones and the Cowboy Way. And last year he was winning Western Writers Awards. This year he won even more, which I wrote on the screen in editing. I've been doing this all day, of course, blah, 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 for me. Jim Jones, Cowboys, Cowboy Boots. And then our beloved Rose Provan, who passed away on her 84th birthday in hospice on this year's Groundhog's Day. And her memorial will be, it looks like it's finally set for Sunday, June 11th. So we'll have on more Jules before then. And that's part of why this seems to be, for a while, the monthly tradition of finding the old show from the previous month to have clips of Rose. And Sean Hale did Angel of the Airwaves for our beloved Kenny Canuto Delgado, who died a bunch of years ago, but it was a year ago that Guitar Shorty, a well-known musician, who played on that track that will be released in its full form eventually soon. John O'Manson, who those who listened to Midwest Radio yesterday heard Felix talking about, is putting that together with Sean Heelan and Guitar Shorty, had passed away a year ago. Our beloved Marco Cole of Crypt Productions singing the My Little Ponies theme, which always just wrenches my heart. And that was me a year ago, and now here I am now, and about to hit play for Regina and for the show. And so in the next bit, we've got the short song from Jim Jones, encouraging us to stay through the night or come back, and then international storyteller extraordinaire Regina Ress with a brand new tale. I took a note, invite the gods to the show. She says some good stuff. I don't need to say more about it because it's in there. But thank you, Regina. Good to have you back. You're always welcome. And yeah. And then David, Uncle DT Tom's different band, the Adam Troutman Trio and Mosey Boys, doing a cover. I'm not going to tell you what. Somebody who is the most loyal, beloved fan doing something that I'll tell you about after. And something from that Metaphysical Radio Show. Timbo didn't say much, but there's a little bit. And there's some meow bonuses. So that'll be coming right up now. And then I'll be back after scene one. Thank you all so much. Take it away, Jim Jones, Regina, and everyone else. Much love. Thank you so much.
There's number on the door, next house the words grocery store. Stay all night and stay little dance all night, dance little longer, pull off the coat, throw it in the don't see why don't stay a little longer. This is a verse that I really have no clue as to what it's about. Sitting in the windowsill singing to my love, slop bucket fell from the window up above. You on the grass, hot to eat ice cream. You got shit so the lady wanna be. Stay all night and stay on the dance all right, dance a little longer, pull on the white horse tail any longer. Big rat, you can pat her on the head. She don't like biscuits, get up on drink. Go from the big foot, about half grown. Jump on the man like an out on the bone. Stay all night, stay a little longer. Dance all night, dance a little longer. Pull off your coat, you don't need it on. But don't see why don't stay a little longer. Stay all night, stay a little longer. Dance all night, dance a little longer. Pull off your coat, you don't need it on. But don't see why don't stay a little longer. I said they don't see why don't stay a little longer. See why don't stay a little longer.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. It's good to be back. Thank you, Jules, for inviting me. It's good to see you too. Happy May Day, everybody. Happy Beltane. May, love is in the air. Something's in the air. So I thought I'd tell you a little story about love and why it's better than hate, or stronger than hate. Many years ago, I was doing a lot of telling of mythology in New York City, Aztec and Mayan, mainly in museums, and I was invited by the Brooklyn Museum to tell Egyptian mythology in the gallery to celebrate the reopening of the museum's Egyptian collection. And this was awesome and terrifying because in my understanding of Egyptian mythology, all the gods, all of creation was spoken into being. Ra, the god Ra, sun god Ra, named things and they came into being. So for me to name them in that gallery with those images and hieroglyphs on the wall was to invite the gods to the show. But I take assignments. So I got a lot of books. I delved into the stories. I fell in love with them. And he did. He named everything. He named everything into being, all the gods. And then he named Shtu, and there was wind. He named Tefnut, the spitter, and there was rain. He named the earth. He named the Nile River, Hapi. He named into being human beings. So in the beginning was the word. That's Egyptian. Okay. Once he named everything and everything, he got all creation going. Ra took on the form of a man. He became the first pharaoh. And he ruled over the whole country, thousands of years, abundance, harvest. It was a golden age. But because he was human, he grew old. And let's say he was not as effective as he had been. So there was a rebellion in Egypt. The humans didn't fear him anymore, and they didn't obey his laws, and they laughed at him. They said, oh, look at Ra. His bones are like silver, his flesh like gold, his hair like lapis lazuli. And they fell away from the old ways, and they stopped following the religious laws. And he became angry, and he called all of his council, the other gods, to his palace in Heliopolis. And he said, this is what's going on. What should we do? And they said, send forth the power of your eye, and destroy them. Destroy those rebels. And Ra called for Sekhmet. You can see her images as a lion-headed goddess. If you look at the pictures, the lion-headed goddess, that's Sekhmet. Well, he called her in, and she arrived in the form of a great lioness. And he gave her instructions to go up the Nile and destroy all those rebellious human beings. Well, the problem was she enjoyed it so much, she got a taste for blood. And now, as she killed them and slaughtered more and more humans, the Nile began to run blood red. Sekhmet's feet were covered. They were red with blood as she went up and down in Egypt, slaying, killing killing, killing. And Ra, of course, began to regret his decision. But you see, once he'd unleashed the fury of Sekhmet, he couldn't stop the killing. He had brought her into being to do that. And after a while, all the gods realized that this wasn't going to work. There wasn't going to be anybody left in Egypt. Nobody. And there would be nobody left to even worship them. The Nile, this life-giving water, was running red. But Ra couldn't just stop her, you see. He could change her, though, with cunning. He could change the situation. So he had all of the women slaves in his city of Heliopolis. He had them make beer from barley. They made beer. And then he sent messengers, speedy, silent messengers, up the Nile to the island of Elephantine, which had an abundance of red ochre in the soil. And they brought a lot of that red ochre down to Heliopolis, where it was ground into a fine red powder, and it was mixed with the barley beer. The beer gleamed red in the moonlight. And then Ra sent the messengers with 7,000 enormous jars of barley beer, red barley beer, sent them up the Nile to where Sekhmet was asleep. And they spread it up and down the banks of the river to the depth of 3 hand spans. Yeah. This red barley beer. And when Sekhmet awoke the next morning, she roared with a great pleasurable roar. She was thrilled when she saw what she thought was blood, and she began to drink it. She lapped it up. Even a goddess, having had too much beer, becomes a little bit sleepy, shall we say. And the text tells us that the next day she did not kill even one human being, not one single person did she kill. All that beer, you see, she was busy drinking it, and then it just made her so woozy. That night, she came on down to Heliopolis, reeling is the word that I kept reading. Reeling, she made her way down to the palace in Heliopolis. And like a pussycat, she lay down at the feet of Ra, that god, that pharaoh, Ra. And he said, "You come in peace, sweet one. No longer are you Sekhmet, the destroyer. You are now Hathor. Hathor, your name is changed, as is your nature. And you now embody the strength of desire and the sweetness of love." And it's written in all of those old texts that henceforth, after that, ever since then, Hathor, oh yes, she still continues to lay low human beings, both men and women, but not with anger, but with the greater power of love. Thanks for listening.
I've been robbed by the rain, driven by the snow, drunk and dirty, don't you know, and I'm willing me weed, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. Well, I've been robbed by the rain, driven by the sleet, had my head stooped in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still bubble smoke with folks down in Mexico, get baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico, but I'm willing. And I've been from Tucson to Tucson, there had to be the tone of power, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get away. If you give me weed, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. And I've been from Tucson to Tucson, it had to be the tone of power, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get away. If you give me weed, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. I'll be willing.
Lift the lid, and the music plays. A crinkling, tinkling kind of a tune. And you hum along, and it's kind of nice to picture Victorian brides and grooms. Drop the lid, and it doesn't close. The inimical, whimsical melody plays. A familiar song, but it makes you sad, and you think of a home that is dingy with age. You can pound on the lid, but it won't go down. A maniacal, mechanized, cynical sound. So you watch by the window for signs of a moon. You see the old lamplighter making his rounds. Beneath this lid it is very dark. There's a clattering, shattering din in the gloom. It's just a piano. It's just a new dance. It's just a new partner come into the room.
So whereversoever he be, are at his heart and such fidelity. It is his darling passion to approve, more brave for this that he hath much to love. 'Tis finally the man who lifted high, conspicuous object in a nation's eye, or left unthought of in obscurity, who, with a toward or untoward lot, prosperous or adverse to his wish or not, plays in the many games of life that one, where what he must doth value must be won, whom neither shape or danger can dismay, nor thought of tender happiness betray, who, not content at the former worth stand fast, looks forward, preserving to the last, from well to better daily self-surpassed, who whether praise of him must walk the earth, forever and to noble deeds give birth, or he must fall to sleep without his fame, and leave a dead unprofitable name, finds comfort in himself and his cause, and while the mortal mist is gathering draws his breath in confidence of heaven's applause. This is the happy warrior, this is he that every man in arms should wish to be. William Wadsworth, character of the Happy Warrior. This is 96.9 FM, KMRD LP, Madrid, New Mexico, Metaphysical Biscuit. Carrying on. True Grit, Elmer Bernstein. Now we have one of the most upbeat poems of all time, they say, Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Invictus, William Ernest Henley. Do not go gentle into that good night, says Dylan Thomas. Here on 96.9 FM, KMRD LP Madrid, New Mexico. Little Julesy literary outburst, transitioning us into our last hour of music, poetry, and more on Metaphysical Biscuit Live Radio Soup. Goodbye, Blue Monday, and the Rhythm of Threes. Little salute to moments of music history, love, surviving, doing our best, staying safe, not miserable and clean. And here's an important message. Another classic. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning. They do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in the green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved in on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. You might remember that, both from a snippet right before Judi Dench's M character,
does not make it out of Skyfall, and more so repeatedly. And thank God they're not making Batman movies anymore. Nolan Brothers, Interstellar. So, Dylan Thomas seems even more relevant now. Elmer Bernstein from the original. Well, listen up, man. Alright. Looks good. Got the whole world in a stem. She's got the whole world with her stem. I got the whole world with Tom Jones. I got the whole world with Stan and Stelly. Hey, Brad, look. What do you say there? Happy thoughts. So simply, you're on the Boba Fett. It's been a while since you've been on the Boba Fett, good boy. And this sweet girl, oh, she was sleeping. She heard movies being made. It might wind up in Julesworks a little bit, and we've been here all day for a while, finally putting together part 2 of this week's November penultimate month, end of 2022 type stuff. Don't ask me to make sense. I'm about to record the host notes. I just wanted to grab this because these two are being so cute, especially this. Well, not especially, but he hasn't sat on that for a while. By which I mean especially. So here's a quick look at the Hobbit Haven in El Cielo. They were just watching an art doc over there. You don't need to see the bathroom. And nice kitchen. And we are going to get this area over there together soon. It's been quite a time. In particular, spending, there was travel last week and spending time helping the wishes of our dear Rose to carry on with her life. And that is why the cats have been with me all day, putting this show together for whoever watches. And thank you so much. Every bit of support, a penny, a listener, more than one viewer, more than one penny, anybody caring at all is what matters. And seeing life force is reminding me of that. And meow meow. Thank you. I better stop this and get finishing. Much love. Oh, and there's a little PBS on there. Speaking of bros. And that's that. This is what happens if you leave your robe around here unattended. It might get what it deserves. Become a scarf. A viewing tool to watch train docks. Keep an eye on that creature over there. And get it. Teach that rope, Stella. Teach that rope. Tell that rope what's up. Wait, peekaboo. I'll get it. That'll teach it. That'll teach it for dangling. Right, Stella? That'll show it for dangling in front of a Stella. Uh-oh. Watch your fingers. Woo-wee. Yeah, that'll teach you for dangling. Shh, baby sleeping. We'll save that. And we've got, I think the area has not gotten much cleaner, but these are organized-ish piles, more than the mess that was before, whenever that was, not a year ago. I think we'll get to it. Maybe because I'm thinking a few people might join later. I wish I could do it Sunday or Saturday. Maybe Saturdays if Uncle DT can get scheduling things organized or not. But anyway, otherwise we'll just stick with Monday and maybe do the consistency, particularly summer. Even though Susan Ram was texting, if she isn't watching. But anyway, I was saying that with what I'm putting it there. Perhaps what am I saying? Oh, that perhaps more people will be on after another scene or two, and there aren't that many, blah, blah, to mess with the Sharpie wheel, the birthday gifts, and the good guitar to open. But for now, particularly since everybody's passed out over here, let's not mess with that. And so, scene one was Jim Jones singing Stay All Night, our beloved storyteller international, I think what I mean to say, a storyteller extraordinaire international. Regina Ress with, I don't know, Segment. It looks like it was the name of the tale. May 1st recorded. Thank you, Regina. Totally understand not wanting to watch for too long and getting tired of it, but such it is. You know what? I'd rather be doing this than in a bar or a noisy theater or, you know, Susie, love you. Wish we had a few more people, but and I could choose, I suppose, ways to not necessarily have a whole day or two that are rushed to get together, but pressure helps. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. It worked, except for a part of the after. So after Virginia Rest was the video from David Uncle D.D. Tom, Willin, the cover of Willin from Metropolitan Tanapo. Like I wrote, Jim Jones is on the road. So I think also part of why I have so much from the past show and this one, besides that it was the past show that referenced previous shows, that I'll do that, as you're going to see more meta coming, is because Jim's on the road. Uncle DT, the only new thing he had sent was, A, he wasn't playing, B, it's a whole hour of a concert that, C, I wasn't working that night, so D, I have no idea, and didn't have time to eat to figure out if there was what's the best part, but it can come in another time because I found the past clips. So, anyway, let me just make sure you're hearing. He wasn't playing. Yes. Whose shirt is this anyway? Oh, look at that. I'm going to put that on later. Well, if you can't see it well, no way. We'll show you later. That was a distraction. Jesus Christ, where was I? Then we had The Music Box by beloved Maybe Susie. Apparently, either part of it didn't properly send, or in the hustle of ramping up the audio and the mysterious video that I guess I put late some night. If you didn't send it, that's what I meant by in the text. I was like, where'd that video come from? And so then I had, realizing there was a video, but it had the quieter audio, so I had to add it in. Anyway, not a very big, that's easy. None of it is that hard. It's just sort of time consuming for one thing, and focus, and like I had to tell everybody today. No, I didn't really. It's probably the least amount of tech chatting I've done in a long, long time. Anyway, and Metaphysical Biscuit from the radio during quarantines, obviously. Originally aired during Julesworks 23, the blow off. Oh yeah, you're on blow off. So that was I don't know why it says 2.3.1. I think because I have 3. I don't know, whatever. So there's 2 shorter snippets of that was from the radio show live that I obviously made some sort of fun video goofiness with. And I can't think about that video anymore. It was good. I did a great job. Speaking of crazy videos, there's not much from Timbo this month. I guess I made that video because I think what I must have been thinking was I found a way to include Timbo sent that video short and only one other short one and a bunch of images, and I wanted to put them in something, but I didn't want to. I was like, well, I have the audio only of your poem, but I figured something else out later. So anyway, if you didn't do it, then I did. Well, I don't know. Look at these two. They could have done it. Why are they so tired? I want to go to bed. No, I don't. Should we get Red Lobster? Don't wake him up yet. Okay, so, and then there was just some meow clips, bonus, Tom Jones, etc. And going into scene 2, we've got one snippet that stood out from a year ago's show again, with a little bit of your crazy host from a beard ago and a house ago. and the other Timbo, the middle of the three of the poetry of music from the radio show, and some more meows. So, carrying on. Thank you all so much. Here we go with scene 2.
Instantaneous frequency repeated often enough, yet inaudible. They write music on walls and clouds. Any immediate future, the inadequate future of unequal materials, smaller sounds. Nothing happens in a greater distance. Only silences, smaller distances. Something to hear, nothing to see. When they write music in other places with no continuity, fashioned into quiet absurdity.
All right, hey, what are y'all doing? All right, thank you to Rose for the hat. I'm not sure what it's sprouting wings. All right, thank you all. Thank you, Frank, Crash, Margot, Rose, Susie, everybody. All right, so that was let's see here. That was we had, where's the list? And I just put in there, we have another scene, and then we're getting right through this little show. But I'm going to do it's National Poetry Month. So in addition to some of the usual suspects in Poetry Lotto, if you have any requests, let me know of poetry to share with you in a bit. But the callback, as such, that was PQ River with the Mysterious Entities. I think Mysterious Entities did the animation. Beautiful animation there. Distant Sounds. Original True Grit. There it is. Here comes another upbeat classic. This one by the great Rudyard Kipling. If I know I've read this in the past, as it comes up in other as appropriate themes, but it fits here. Poems to kill germs. If by
Rudyard Kipling. If only I could sound like Michael Caine. Michael Caine, that would have been better for Invictus. Never, do not go gentle into that good night. No. Anyway, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the kings you gave your life to broken and stoop and build 'em with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on! If you can talk with crowds, well, watch that one a little bit, and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Manliness aside, all of that is to say, I learned something from that. Remain positive. That's what I just learned. It's important. It's morning greeting from Fluffy King Stanley Otiscar Reuben in the Hobbit Haven in the Cielo. Well, Stella let Daddy do his thing, sleeping in bed most of the day she was, and here trying to get our shows ready. Beauty. In particular, this is Monday, the 26th, day after Christmas, whatever that is. And yeah, exactly that. We got some inspiration over here. I mean, Otter earlier, Muppets Christmas, other stuff, backgroundish, and not, I tried, I had to work last week. I tried to not be too far behind, and then, anyway, there's nothing edited yet, but everything is pretty, especially for me, darn organized. So I'm just going to try to put this in the timeline and see what happens. The goal was to get this uploaded onto YouTube, and not have to worry about the show that premieres tomorrow live at 5, because we also have the show Friday the 30th. It's Julesworks Follies and the monthly 23rd showcases. We only missed January of 2022 because I had to move the first time this year. Stanley's been helping all day, chilling, and Stella's not really helping right now, so I decided to make this quick video of them just because she's going to have to not be there. You got all these places you can sit in a sex toilet. On the mouse is one of the very few places you cannot sit, and it's not a mouse. It's a mouse, not a mouse. But anyway, I'll just show you around for a minute. Pretty Muppets, colors. She was in here all day. Not the bathroom, you people. In there, that's what she does. Which makes things easier in the day, but of course it's not the day, it's night. And he's wherever he wants, moves around a little bit. You shut your mouth. anyone judging. No one has to judge their mouth. Everybody happy, love. So, I don't know. I could just make this my host intro. I might. So as a matter of fact, hi, Stephen Jules Ribbon host. I might do another intro, but the outro I got from the old show, so it was actually really fun to do that. From the Paraguas 2 years ago, the election in November, where we teamed up the 64th. Before we learned to live stream 2 years ago, we were doing these, and it was a lot harder to edit. So anyway, but whether or not this is the full intro, probably not. But at least I did some. So thanks everybody for watching, wherever this is in the show, watching. And Stella, you're a beauty, but you are gonna have to get up. And so, but the outro was neat because I used the outro from 2 years ago, and I'm not recording another. And we have Friday's live stream, but this one is whether I get it fully finished and up tonight or not. Still have till 5 o'clock tomorrow, so that's okay. I was thinking it'd be nice to have it done, but it's also already 6:30 or something, 6:40. We'll see. But I remembered. There we go. I knew she'd get up. I remembered to get to eat a little something, which is rare in the day for me, and it makes a big difference. So maybe I'll remember that more. All I did was eat a little banana. Thank you all, and wherever this is in the show, I hope you're enjoying or enjoy. And thank you. Can't say enough. Thank you. So thank you. Much love. Peace. Create. Be. Don't judge. Just do. More important. And that's how it is. You wanna be cool, not cool. Just be. Do. Share. Care, right? Meow. Grateful to have heating, so I don't get cold. I had to buy new blankets and everything. Can sleep in the same blanket kind of blankets he does. However, that thing's noisy. Anyway, now it shut up. Where's Sam? Sam. That's right. He says, thank you for watching Julesworks. Please subscribe free to the Julesworks Follies YouTube channel so that he shuts up about it. And feel free to click on any video that we've put on our YouTube for the last 2.5 years. Honestly, if you want to just hit mute and let it play and thumbs up, it would help a lot. Stella agrees. Hold on, Stanley. Be right back. Why are you handsome? Good sound. Stella, what do you think? Sorry, I lost my slip. What do you say, Stella? You got your drugs. Let's go meditate. Yeah. What else? Oh. Alright. Oh, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Okay, be back, Stella. Mind if I play through? It's okay, Stella. She knows it's back in a minute. I just want to get more of a sound. Stupid fitness center construction up there. They should make a theater too. This world's off balance, but that's okay. We hide from it. Now we make our own world, right, buddies? How you doing? Right. Okay. I'm gonna get one more of his purr. Thank you. Morning. Second Julesworks of the last week of the White Man's New Year 2022. A live stream. We did a show and all of Monday literally editing.
just making time to meditate and then get to it. I'm hoping that the heater will shut up in time because Stanley's making cute noises on his bed here. And he'll be ready when Daddy gets up. I'm up, obviously, sort of. When Daddy finishes meditating and then gets the caffeine. Sometimes you gotta look for the things, good things in high places, and sometimes great things are in low places. Hey, buddy? Hey, bud, look. What do you say there? Happy thoughts? No, simply you're on the Boba Fett. It's been a while since you've been on the Boba Fett, good boy. And this sweet girl, oh, she was sleeping. She heard movies being made. They might wind up in Julesworks a little bit, and we've been here all day for a while, finally putting together part 2 of this week's November penultimate month, end of 2022 type stuff. Don't ask me to make sense. I'm about to record the host notes. I just wanted to grab this because these two are being so cute, especially this. Well, not especially, but he hasn't sat on that for a while. By which I mean especially. So here's a quick look at the Hobbit Haven in El Cielo. They were just watching an art doc over there. You don't need to see the bathroom. And nice kitchen. And we are going to get this area over there together soon. It's been quite a time. In particular, spending, there was travel last week and spending time helping the wishes of our dear Rose to carry on with her life, and that is why the cats have been with me all day putting this show together for whoever watches. And thank you so much. Every bit of support, a penny, a listener, more than one viewer, more than one penny, anybody caring at all is what matters, and seeing life force is reminding me of that. And meow meow. Thank you. I better stop this and get finishing. Much love. Oh, and there's a little PBS on there. Speaking of bros. And that's that. Well, hello there, and welcome, Margot. Yes, there was a Margot Cole song. That's quite true, isn't it? So here I am. Margot, there's a lot of flashback. A lot of the show, particularly coming, is from a year ago. That's been working these months, but shh, don't wake the baby. Can you see a little? I don't know if we're going to get our red lobster, by the way. It doesn't seem working. I'm going to call in a minute. But anyway, here's that shirt I told you. Found Paul Simon, Homeward Bound, Final Tour. You got to listen to that EP. I guess you can't listen to it yet. He made a short EP, well, as opposed to a long EP. Anyway, this is trying to be humor. My triple EP LP CD is really big in Norway. Anyway, Rose, yes, the snippet. So I mean, the only new thing you missed, really, to be honest, is what she said. Well, two things: Regina's story and Susie read a poem, and there's a little video to it. So the rest has come from the past show, mostly from a year ago, but what made it even more appealing to do it that way, the editing, besides the fact that the editing all day is the work, and now it makes the show easier to have longer videos, as you would understand, Margot. But anyway, also is, let me switch the audios. Mostly. Yeah. So anyway, because a lot of the show from a year ago, April, this is really April show, by the way. April Fools was the joke, Susie, about getting fired that you didn't notice this year when I was saying I got fired last year. which I did for my birthday last year. It has to be. The joke that Uncle DD said to run with was going to be that I was saying I got fired this year, but I didn't. Not that hours. Anyway, yes, Rose did the. It was the rehearsal of our first theater walk that happens right over there, and that was in the spring of last year, and then there was that one where she did Grandma Smokes Pot right before October. So anyway, but it's working to find Rose from a year ago, and this one's actually interesting if you are sticking around because there's like last year I was airing things from previous years, so it's fun for me. And now that editing, I could only watch them up closely, so now I'm watching. So anyway, in scene 2, the intro is long, Margot, the pre-show and intro, because I took and me introducing a year ago. There was a 45-minute snippet of the whole video that was the pre-show. So anyway, but it wasn't the pre-show; it was the show. It's tricky. So anyway, that was in this last scene too. There, that short snippet of PQ River, the animated that it's definitely one of my favorite things he's done. The second and final little video from Timbo, part two of 3 from Metaphysical Whiskey Radio Show audio that I made with the Blow Off Germs video montage for Julesworks 23. So last year's year-end blow off, because this is 27. And Margot, I was saying I'd love to be able to do. I can't do Sundays obviously because of radio. I think Saturdays would be better than a weekday, but I really can't that I know of. But the job things so anyway, Monday. But I want to stop moving around all the time. So I think the last Monday of the month is what we're going to stick with. At least for summer, it might be easier for school and go from there. Everything changes so often. So anyways, that stuff and a whole bunch of cat videos. So going into scene 3, this is not long. I made this. These grandmas are internet famous, and I made this. It's gonna warning, cat warning, cat warning, cat warning. Turn it down. It's got meow. It was the version of these grandmas call each other shit ass, and they're hysterical. I meowed it out with small and large cat sounds. Stanley, you look like a lamb. Anyway, so that the third, speaking of for Metaphysical Biscuit, of that, and then a bunch of cat videos, and that's it for scene 3. Now scene 4 is longer, but scene 3 is not real long. So let's get going. And thanks, Margot. Hope you're still around. Thanks for joining, and y'all enjoy the next scene, and I'll be back pretty soon.
Oh, I think it's Genga. There you go, Grandma.
Wait, press. Hello.
Hi, Grandma. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you. How do you like that?
Yeah, like you calling me while I'm in the bathtub. I'd like to knock the Yeah, I heard you singing all right, but you boys, you picked the wrong time to call me all the time. I don't give a damn when it is.
Yeah, I don't care.
Either on the commode or in the bathtub. Yeah, and you come to the door when I'm busy too. Yeah. Goodbye. Okay, bye.
One day you will rise, and you won't believe your eyes. You'll wake up and see a world that is fine and free. One day man will write
a story that must be told. Great words will be said about the life you have led, though summer seems far away. You will find the sun one day.
There you go, the end. That was a little bonus at the end. Elmer Bernstein himself. All right. And now, from the remake, the great Carter Burwell. Very different, beautiful, sadder. As if we need that. It's okay. We'll be fine. We have one another. And a couple more poems. Don't you worry. These are good poems. Just found this one. Fight and Flight. Fight and Fight, rather. Pardon me, Mr. Hamsukh Amathal, that I can't quite pronounce that. But anyway, just from Wednesday the 12th of June last year. If it looked inevitable, when troubled me often and often, but did not give an inch, she gave in, but always to win. She showed no love inclination, but strengthened the relation. Whenever came to talk, only to fight and walk away, but very good at heart, and remained an inseparable part. This may be the love's right angle that forces both not to remain, but maintain each other's position. It is a lovely and enjoyable composition. They part with sweet anger, only to swear and meet later. That is human bond to remain fond of each other. I always find her submissive, but indicative of a resolve that everything moves smoothly. No bitterness, but each word moves soothingly. What to tell more? But only to adore her in my earnest and deliver the best. Hamsukh.
What are you doing, Stella? Where's Stella go? Oh, where'd Stella go? Yeah, wait a minute, where'd Stella go? Peekaboo! Ah! Oh, good Stella. Here is a quick hello from Stella. Stella's watching penguins in Chile. So we thought we'd show you because of Chile. And Stanley is watching too. Where are you, Stanley? That's a TV. There. Hey. There he is on one of his new mats. He's getting closer sometimes, but he doesn't like to sit right next to Daddy. Especially if Stella's here, and that's okay. Stella, you're going to walk into the video around the coffee. Let's not spill hot drinks or anything on the computer. It has enough cat messes in it. And I'm going to hit pause, see if you can't hear this sideways rain, and then that's going to be the video. Right, Stella? Stella wants to be the video. Stella, you should be the main one. Well, thank you.
Quick morning hello from the Hobbit here in Seattle. Way too early to be talking. I just, in more of a junior fashion, I want to say, besides, this is the famous closet that I was moving the day he asked on Instagram whether people move that soft drawer when they move. And I had, and then he got mad, understandably, because the McDonald's chef got it and started telling him about soft food. And I wrote, I just moved that for the second time this year. My mouse is broke, cheap, whatever you want to call it. Needing to be conscious of money. Watch this. You know, I heat up a lot of leftovers. Got some foil. I did get some new ones, but that's all I can get till the end of the year. I got no income, no money. Got to conserve. So these were dirtier. The top ones. And so I then did like this just now. That's on our way. And really, I'm going to show you these guys. But yeah, exactly. Tell them about how we need to conserve, right? See? Finish this bowl like a good boy. What? What?
What do you say, Dad? More breakfast? How many do you want? Remember, we got to conserve. That's what I'm trying to tell people. And so, just like that, even though we're just going to wake up, make caffeine and meditate, we shouldn't even be talking yet. But this is good enough. We'll do it a little better when we use it. Now, we can heat up some leftovers when we go home from the play today and everything else. And we don't got to waste new foil. Smart, right? That way, if we don't waste money on things like foil, what can we spend money on, Stanley? Breakfast. Extra snacks. Treat, yeah. Fishy. Who likes tuna? Oh, who likes tuna? And who likes that? So this should be on this little video by saying, first of all, someday we'll clean that area. Anybody want to come help? There'll be a lot of really good bourbon involved. This is where we spend our money. That's too short for cheap bourbon. You think a single sip of that's going to go to waste, then you are really silly. And yes, that was Meow because that is where Stella likes that way. Doesn't matter that that's too dirty. We'll deal with that. She can hang out up there. She knows, as she's about to probably do. Do what? Uh-oh. Don't think he didn't just eat, but he did. You trying to get wet food? What are you doing, bud? Uh-oh, that's really dangerous. She knows better. Okay. Say good morning. Oh, yes, I always do wet food. I can't get any wet food with the camera running. And we got Stanley in sleep partly on his bed last night. So I was sleeping. I still actually sleeping in her bed is the way we stayed at. There you go. That's Stanley's other bed in the main room here. And Stella's got either that seat on the left, that seat, and a throne. So tell me these cats don't have a good life. Hey, Brad, look. What do you say there? Happy thoughts. Live simply, you're on the Boba Fett. It's been a while since you've been on the Boba Fett, good boy. And this sweet girl, oh, she was sleeping. She heard movies being made. It might wind up in Julesworks a little bit, and we've been here all day for a while, finally putting together part 2 of this week's November penultimate month, end of 2022 type stuff. Don't ask me to make sense. I'm about to record the host notes. I just wanted to grab this because these two are being so cute, especially this. Well, not especially, but he hasn't sat on that for a while. By which I mean especially. So here's a quick look at the Hobbit Haven in El Cielo. They were just watching an art doc over there. You don't need to see the bathroom. And nice kitchen. And we are going to get this area over there together soon. It's been quite a time. In particular, spending, there was travel last week and spending time helping the wishes of our dear Rose to carry on with her life. And that is why the cats have been with me all day putting this show together for whoever watches. And thank you so much. Every bit of support, a penny, a listener, more than one viewer, more than one penny, anybody caring at all is what matters, and seeing life force is reminding me of that. And meow meow. Thank you. I better stop this and get finishing. Much love. Oh, and there's a little PBS on there. Speaking of bros. And that's that. All right. True story. And that's proof, Margot's praise of that, like repeating things on the radio a little bit, how it was okay that we actually saw that video with different filters earlier tonight. That's okay. And there, see Stanley, he's pretending like he's asleep, not watching. And then look at that one. This is now. This is May 1st, 2023, 7:08 p.m. Mountain Time. Because it's about to get really meta. and I'll figure out some food in between. I guess Red Lobster don't deliver no more. That's like a few weeks ago. I got stuff to heat up, but I'm not in the mood, man. We'll see. We'll get something. And no, I ain't bribing no neighbors. She's gonna come through the wall anyway, that one. And the rest of them, I don't know. I gotta get it nicer in here soon. It's alright. It's just a little getting cluttered. Maybe after the next scene, we'll see about the birthday presents over there. If not, another time. There's another show in May anyway. And so, with that being said, what you just saw was, and then carrying on, the Stella popping at the console. You can see it now, right? Okay, I'm sleeping. Shh. I'm sleeping. Which cat does that? I can't read that. Oh, Stella does it. She only likes butter and cream and stuff. Stella popping on the console and other meow vids. The final part of the germs blow off from Julesworks 23 on From Metaphysical Biscuit with the montage and the famous grandmas that I meowed out. So, now coming up next is a long piece, but it won't feel like it to you, but it will to me, which is good. This is from a year ago, the Monday, April 25th recap. Julesworks 27 with this. No, this is 27. That was 15. And it's poetry, the host, some poetry, jamming, and more poetry, because it's Poetry Month. And we also have some Stella and a little snippet from Sean Heelan coming in there from a year ago. And that's this next bit is where you're also going to see flashbacks from a year ago. So it's cool. And I want to watch too. So I'm excited. So let's do it. And I'll figure some food out. And thank you. Love y'all. Stick around. We'll be back. But this will be fun. Get ready. It could be a little trippy, so, you know, buckle up. Get cozy. Stella, Raven, what are you doing? You were playing with chords. Why did that? Get the chord. What'd you get? There you go. Good. Oh, she's a cat. Alright, good job, Stella. The show stealer. Say cheers. The show stealer.
Sitting up on my front porch, overlooking all the trailers. Tin chips on their asphalt, big boats with inbred sailors. Windows rattle, chain link fence, mosquitoes on the glass. Flamingos wave before me with their wings spinning fast. Along came my wife, my haggard old wife, along with the 14 children. If I hadn't told them to leave right then, I'm sure that storm would have killed them. There's a lonely blackbird, she's a lonely black and cold. The storms are coming, gonna kill us all. Lightning lights the cowering dogs, high man the tires. Reaches down its electric arm, sets a tasty freeze on fire. I crawl inside and hunker down, encased between my knees. I crack a can as fast as I can as the storm uproots the trees. Right then and there, the twister hit and tore through like a bombshell. Made sign of the cross and guzzled my hops. I was going to trailer hell. There's a lonely blackbird, she's a lonely black and cold. Says storms are coming, that'll kill us all. I fly through time and I land in slime, a future lake of tan. With nothing on but my Pabst Blue Ribbon and my hillbilly tan. I yell, good God Almighty, oh, why do you forsake us? When the twisters come, why do they always hit my trailer? There's a lonely blackbird, sings a lonely back and call. So the storms are coming, gonna kill us all. There's a lonely blackbird, sings a lonely black and call. So the storms are coming, gonna kill us all. Sitting up on my front porch, out looking at all the trailers. 10 ships on their astrolons, big boats with inbred sailors.
Oh, hey, what y'all doing? All right. Hi. So, this is definitely not the right screen for the literary part, but we can do the callback here, and then that's another scene anyway. So, let's see. We just had Storms Are Coming by Sean Heelan. We had Stella, Otis Career Rubin from May last year. About a year ago then. We can count. Oh yeah, look. I can play too. Ready? Wait. Put on this hat. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where our parents was born. There's backwards old towns often remembered. So many problems Mary was born. Daddy, won't you take me back Muhlenberg County down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my son, but you late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away. When I let my ashes go down the Green River. Okay, sorry, this is another bonus part. Shut up, man. The lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my bed. Remembering games and days, trains and lives. Got to keep the loonies off the pie. The lunatics are in the hall. That's not a lunatic, that's a cat. The lunatics are in my hall. The lunatics are... Stella! She's like, Daddy, why are you singing? You're a lunatic. The lunatics are in Stella's daddy. Alright, shut up, bro. Okay, so we had Sean Hill. It's Sean's spot. Storms Are Coming. Stella. Oh, hey! How y'all doing? Hi. Oh, wait. Thank you for your patience. One-man show, except for a lot of people. So the main part of the show, I'm coming back. I'm getting comfortable. The main part of the show is mostly over. Then we have the finale stuff. What did I do? What an idiot. Burn, how to burn, now smell it right. Going on. All right. Oh, sorry about that. That was disgusting. No one look at that. I can't edit it out right now. I'll show you this shirt. That's a good one. Anyway, all right. So, thank you to Margot Cole, Rose Provine, Grandma, Uncle DT, David Tom, Sean Heelan. John Sean Heelan Deer is his Facebook name. And to Jim Jones and to Nicoa Salas. Those are the folks you saw. And here comes, it is National Poetry Month. True story. So here comes a little poetry. Start off with our tradition of, I'm going to randomly choose 3 poems by Red Shuttleworth. Jim Jones just won a whole bunch of awards at the National Writers Association. Red Shuttleworth would say lots of things that we won't say about the National Writers Association anymore. He also should be dead, they said, and instead just fought a boxing match. He's a lot older than he is in that picture. I've never met him. He's a character. So here goes Primitive Road by Red Shuttleworth. Past the swirl of dull graveyard, yellow graveyard dust, shallow root trees, homemade toys at roadside, a farmhouse, tiny windows, gently sways beneath oval carved clouds. It is so easy to end up broke, with no more than an end crust of pocked rye bread. A farmer sweeps black grit off a porch bed, sets aside his father's eagle cane on a steep westward downside of a rutted two-track. A cowboy and careening pickup hears his heart rough thump. Okay, Susie, that's a sync, because I randomly picked that, and it's about cowboys and things that go on the show. Went in the show. Sorry if you heard my playback on the phone, I'm turning it down. And anything, David Copperfield, yeah, well, I think David Copperfield showed his belly, but he wasn't so hairy. All right, let's find some more poems. I don't know what I did. I saw it the other day, or week, Melanie Lamb Faithful's book of poems, but I never refound it. But speaking of John Prine, that is a Old Boy Records John Prine holiday one happened to be the bag. So we're going to do this poetry bit for a little bit. We're going to do the finale and the salute, and then we can have more poetry and bonus stuff if you want it. So I turn to this page, and that says, first of all, that's an image, park of motel in Nevada, and hey, I don't need the flashlight. I turned the camera light on. Colby, Kansas, motel, flat screen. Someone left a note for the maid, screedly handwriting on Gampy. Drear, white walls, sheet stink of cigar. The nearby cafe is for drunks, I'll be there in a minute, for those scratching backwards and looking up at a bad print of the canals of Venice. Sunrise is like some sort of fetishy postcard thing. Dear motel maid, I ain't been asking favors, no, only that you chase off them skateboarders before I shoot them ditter and your grandparents. A fugitive kind of girl in a kerchief and ankle-long spotted blue dress, and she's loading Lost on the Road, Broken Bales, Dakota Hay. Talk about Towns Van Sant reminiscent. All right, check out this lady. Galway! We're halfway there. I tell you, boys, you ain't seen nothing like a Galway girl. I don't think that is exactly the Galway girl that Steve Earle had in mind with that song. Oh, that's Steve Earle's ninth wife right there. All right, that's a real Galway girl. April, somebody named April joined the chat. Happy birthday, April. December, winter, ice in the shade of non-native pines. The maple, Venus naps. The sun spins toward. The sky is a stranger we wish to love. A few days later, or days before, an icy stone shadow crosses our dead nocturnal moon. Well, that's a cheery one. Laddies, I tell ya, you ain't seen nothing like a Galway girl. We were halfway there on a day. It's an Irish hat, too. Speaking of Galway. All right. So, as Susie mentioned somewhat in the chat, Daryl Wellington, who used to be in this show years ago when it was live with his poetry, is currently Santa Fe Poet Laureate. And as such, he was the judge, jury, and moderator, host of the Santa Fe Reporter's recent spring poetry contest, which Jules, I entered, knowing that I would not be published or win, and I didn't care about that. But I did. Oh, I'm going to talk loudly. I'll be right there. But I did, or take a puff. Can't do this without refreshment. I can't possibly share my own poetry. I'm back. I couldn't possibly share my own poem, much less Shakespeare and other things that you asked for, which I did find intimate to share without a little something, something. Blue moon, I saw you standing alone. I can't keep up with the chat while I'm trying to read poems, but I'll be back. You all keep chatting. So anyway, what the hell was I saying? Daryl. And this is a good story real quick about, being too self-effacing and then getting slapped back to reality if reality isn't always bad. I don't know. So anyway, thanks to the great folks, JoJo and JoJo. Whew, I'm tired, Margot. JoJo Tarnoff and Argos McCullum. I almost said JoJo. Yeah, I won't say what I almost said. And Teatro Paragos, which is right there. So close. As a matter of fact, Daryl Wellington is right there. That's all part of the script. And I just showed you the man behind the curtain. That's OBS on my big screen as to how you're even seeing any of this nonsense. So, Daryl and the thing. So the poetry. I'm going to share my poem. I entered with this poem, and there was a theme that was pretty serious. So I kept saying that I didn't follow the theme. Daryl told me to shut up. But anyway, so I knew, because I know Daryl, the poetry submissions were anonymous, that there was going to be a reading while I was at Teatro Paraguas, doing for 3 weeks, one of the many actors, very talented folks, doing the awesome Joey Chavez short plays that you can see on Observe TV. I posted earlier, I'll post again. Walt Whitman's from New Jersey. I can't really read what you're saying or I'll really get distracted. But anyway, so Daryl had said that there was going to be a reading. There were only like 5 winners in the reporter printed, about 90 minutes. And my poem's very short that you're about to hear. This interruption is a lot longer. So what I'm getting at is Friday night, when knowing that there was going to be a reading that was put together, the winner of anonymous, the reading wouldn't have been. How could he anonymously have invited me to be at a reading? And that he lives there, the theater's there, I was already there for a play, meaning all I had to do was stay for an hour and a half. By Friday night when I went to bed, with the reading being the Sunday a few weeks ago, I had not been invited, so I thought, wow, this little poem must suck. And I was making the joke later of, you think, oh, she'll never, or he or they or whatever will never get back to me, or I'll never get that part, whatever. And then the next morning woke up, first of all, brain fog, work weary, too early for my taste, but out of respect for my scene partner who was becoming scene partner for 2 scenes, as the other scene partner had to go to prom, so for the 3rd week, the talented person I worked with, I was meeting over there, and then Daryl writes that I want to be in it. So that's what I'm getting at, is that I thought Friday night I wasn't going to be in anything Sunday, which was kind of like, whoa, that must have been a second poem. The reason I thought that is all those things I said. It was the person I know putting it together at a place that I was already going to be at. Not at the same time. So anyway, I did get to read the following poem called What We Need. And it is not nearly as long as all that. Define need as, but I don't want to. Just the one time. No. Please? For me? No. For us? No. For you? Nope. Just the once. What are we even talking about? I said to please define need. Right. Good. No. So define need. No. Please. No. Just the once? What? Shut up. I'm trying to define need. No. Please. Just the once. Why? 'Cause it's what we need. By Stephen Jules Rubin, Santa Fe, New Mexico, late Feb 2022. There it is. That's the one I wrote. So what did you guys ask for? We'll do a few more minutes of poetry. You can see other stuff, and then we can have a bonus if you want. So let's see here. Let's just start. Serious. The birthday week. Oh, this is also Julesworks anniversary. So before the thing that happened the last few years that led us all to be here, you know the thing? The 63rd live Julesworks FOlly was going to be at the Jean Cocteau, and it was going to be our pretty annual-ish, 10 years, whatever, birthday salute and anniversary to the Julesworks Follies, which has been going on for over a decade now, including the virtual incarnation. And then the thing happened, you know what I'm talking about, the shutdown. So we took to doing it online there in May, and then took the summer off, had to work, sit on a hot truck, do a bunch of bullshit, and I almost died from doing the editing and work and life and heat, and I didn't die So we did the Electrum Relief Release movie file show, and then I learned to live stream, and now we're here. 15 shows and more later. So Shakespeare's birthday is, my birthday is April 24th, the Diva Day, as it is shared with Shirley MacLaine and Barbara Streisand, and I wish I could swap, because today's that's yesterday, it's 24th. The 25th is Al Pacino and Hank Azaria, and I feel like I belong on their birthday more than Barbara Streisand and Shirley MacLaine. And Hitler's birthday is roughly the other day, as was Shakespeare's. But a lot of beautiful people put posts, and someone found a photo of me playing Shakespeare just before the shutdown. Thank you, Anna Reinhardt, for doing that Imagine Trials of Hitler, where I got to play Shakespeare. And anyway, people said, of course, my birthday would be around Shakespeare, which is funny, because I'm not very Shakespearean. That being said, Sonnet 3, look in thy glass, and tell the face thou viewest. Look in thy glass, and tell the face thou viewest. Now is the time that face should form another, whose fresh repair, if now thou not renewest, thou dost beguile the world, unless some mother, for where is she so fair whose unheard womb disdains the tillage of thy husbandry? Or who is he so fond will be the tomb of his self-love to stop posterity? Thou art thy mother's glass, and she in thee calls back the lovely April of her prime. So thou, through windows of thine age, shall see, despite wrinkles of wrinkles, this thy golden time. But if thou live, remembered not to be, die single, and thine image dies with thee. Well, that wasn't very cheery either. No, I don't want the modern English translation. Okay. What's going on in the chat? Wow, way too much. Okay, I'll look at that later. So let's see here. A Wine of Wizardry by George Sterling, for one of y'all's requests. Without the battlements of sunset shine, mid domes the sea winds rear and overwhelm into a crystal cup the dusky wine. Okay, that seems all this cup stuff. Hold on. Pardon me. The dusky wine I pour, amusing at so rich a shrine. I watch the star that haunts its ruddy gloom. This sounds like Shakespeare. Now, fancy, empress of a purpled realm, I like purple realms, awakes with brow caressed by poppy bloom, I like poppies, and wings in sudden dalliance her flight, to strands where opals of the shadowed light gleam in the wind-strewn foam, and maidens flee a little past the striding billows reach, or seek the russet mosses of the sea, and wrinkled shells that lure along the beach, and please the heart of fancy. Yet she turns, though trembling, to a grotto rosy spared, where wattled monsters redly gape that guard a cowled magician peering on the dam. Where's my wand? On the damned, the thorough vials wherein a splendid poison burns, sitting satanic glues athwart his brow. Something's wrong with you people. So fancy will not gaze with him. And now she wanders to an iceberg, oriflamed. Is that a word? Oriflamed. With raid, auroral guidons. Is that from New Jersey? The guidons of the north, wherein hath winter hidden gems and treasures of frozen anadems. Man, there's more words in this fucking thing I don't know than the Shakespeare. I love it. Aradems, anadems. Alight with timid sapphires of the snow, but she would dream of warmer gems. And so, ere long, her eyes in fastness look forth, o'er blue, profound, mysterious whence glow the coals of Tartarus on the moonless air, as Titans, I love Titan, that's where I'm from, plan to storm Olympus' throne, mid pulse of dungeon forges, down the stunned, undominated firmament and glare of cyclopean furnaces unsunned. And we shall break from the madman George Sterling for a moment with my George Mason hat. I'm glad I'm not the only lunatic around here. Purple is the only color that matters. It's true. So let's see here. The Poet and the Pendulum. We'll get... Oh, it's in segments. white lands of Empathica. Empathica. The end. The songwriter's dead. The blade fell upon him, taking him to the white lands. Unto the west, across the horizon, where the white does go. Of Empathica, of innocence. Innocence. Home. The dreamer and the wine. Poet without a rhyme. A widowed. Writer torn apart by chains of hell. One last perfect vessel. Still the same old song. Oh, Christ, how I hate what I've become. Take me home. Country roads. No. Get away. Run away. Fly away. I'll fly away. Oh, glory. I'll fly away in the morning. Sorry about that. Fly away. Lead me astray to dreamers' hideaway. That's a lot of rhyming. I cannot cry, because the shoulder cries more. I cannot die. I, a whore for the cold world. Forgive me. I have but two faces, not one for the world, one for God. Save me. Save me. I cannot cry, because the shoulder cries more. I cannot die. A whore for the cold world. My home was there, and then those meadows of heaven. Adventure-filled days. One with every smiling face. Please, no more words. Thoughts from a severed head. No more praise. Tell me, once my heart goes right, take me home. Get away, run away, fly away, leave me astray. No two dreamers hurried away. I cannot cry, because the shoulder cries more. I cannot die. I a whore for the cold world. Forgive me. I have but two faces, one for the world, one for God. Save me. I cannot cry, because the shoulder cries more. I cannot die. I a whore for the cold world. The Pacific. Well, at least 2, 3. The Pacific. Sparkle. My scenery. With turquoise. Waterfall. With beauty underneath. The ever free. Tuck me in beneath the blue. Beneath the pain. Beneath the rain. Good night kiss for a child in time. Swaying blade for my lullaby. On the shore we sat and hoped. Under the same pale moon. Whose guiding light chose you. Chose you all. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. Being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns. Long enough to find yourself screaming every night. Long enough to find friends betray you. To see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped into this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes and counting. I just wish the ride would catch me first and give me a death I always long for. Well, that's a cheery choice there. Okay. Speaking of cheery, this one came up. A Season in Hell. Author Rimba. A while back, if I remember right, my life was one long party where all hearts were open wide, where all wines kept flowing. Can't keep talking about drinking and not drink. I blame the poets. Drunks. One night, I sat, Beauty, down on my lap. And I found her galling, and I roughed her up. No, I wouldn't. I was going to say, Beauty, where's Stella? But I ain't going to rough Stella up. You touch Stella, I'll kill you. I armed myself against justice. Armed against justice now. I ran away, oh witches, oh misery, oh trade. My treasure has been turned over to you. I managed to make every trace of human hope vanish from my mind. I pounced on every joy like a ferocious animal, eager to stand it, strangle it. I called for executioners so that while dying I could bite the butts of their rifles. I called for plagues to choke me sand with blood. Bad luck was my god. I stretched out in the muck. I dried myself in the air of crime, and I played tricks on insanity. That is a great line. And spring brought me the frightening laugh of the idiot. Well, Jules is an idiot. So, just recently, when I found myself on the brink of the finals, quack! It dawned on me to look again for the key to that ancient party, where I might find my appetite once more. I'm getting hungry. Charity is that key. The inspiration proves I was dreaming. You'll always be a hyena, etc., yells the devil who crowned me with such pretty puppies. Deserve death with all your appetites, your selfishness, and all the capital sins. Ah, I've been through too much, but sweet Satan, I beg of you. Alas, blazing eye, and while waiting for the little cowardly gestures yet to come, since you like an absence of descriptive or didactic skills in a writer, let me rip out these few ghastly pages from my notebook of the damned. Well, that was fun. Yes, poetry encourages all kinds of shit, and they're all drunks. No wonder they're all drunks. Here's the hat. All right. Those were your requests. Well, Rimba was not your requests, but some of that other stuff was. And let's play the Shakespeare lottery again. That was randomly Shakespeare 3 I picked earlier. Let's do, since I just turned 48, Shakespeare Sonnet 48. How careful was I when I took my way, each trifle under truest bars to thrust, that to my use it might unused stay, from hands of falsehood ensure words of trust, wards of trust. But thou, to whom my jewels trifles are, most worthy comfort, now my greatest grief, thou, best of dearest and mine only care, art left the prey of every vulgar thief. They have I not locked up in any chest, save where thou art not. I feel thou art within the gentle closure of my breast, from whence a pleasure thou mayest come in part, and even thence thou wilt be stolen, I fear, for thou proves thievish for a prize so dear. And I am going to get a one here, and then I think what we'll do is I will, after this one, I am going to play the old salute toast, about 10 minutes of me, and then do the musical finale. And if you want bonus poetry or singing or madness, we can do that. So that's up to you all. Rose left, I think. I have no idea. Oh, Margot left. Bye. I can't read the chat and poetry. But I want to do this one from Maya Angelou here. Once I find it. Here we go. I think this will be good. I'm not going to tell you what it's called. I'm going to read it. Oh, shh. No, there's a cat snoring. Oh. I don't know if you can hear it, probably. Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird. Free bird! By Todd Snyder. All right. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Freedom. The free bird thinks Leonard Skinner ruined the phrase free bird. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. The caged bird stands on his grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Freedom! Free bird! All right, caged bird, Maya Angelou. Watch this. Ready? From memory. All alone or in twos, the ones who really love you walk up and down outside the wall. Some hand in hand, some gather together in bands. The bleeding hearts and the artists make their stand, and when they've given you their all, some stagger and fall, After all, it's not easy banging your heart against some mad bugger's wall. All right, that is a good place to make sure that I've done all the things, and then do the finale part, and then we can do bonus. So we have a get your toast ready for a few minutes if you want, and you're gonna see an old me, not that old. I'm old me, a younger me by a few months, and I'll be back, and we'll have the Greg Turner song. And if you want more, whatever, we can do it. If not, we can say goodnight. But not yet. I'm just saying. And I want to read your chat while the thing airs. So, whatever I just thought of, I'm not going to do. I think I will do, just because of Rhythm of Threes, one more Shakespearean sonnet. This is a great one. 46. Mine eye and heart are at a mortal war. How to divide the conquest of thy sight. Mine eye, my heart, thy picture's sight would bar. My heart, mine eye, the freedom of that right. My heart doth plead that thou in him dost lie, a closet, never pierced with crystal eyes, but the dependent doth that plea deny, and says in him thy fair appearance lies. Two side, this title is impaneled, a quest of thoughts, all tenets to the heart. And by their verdict is determined thy clear eyes' moiety, and the dear heart's part. As thus, my as I do is thine outward part, and my heart's right, thine inward love of heart. Okay, so here comes a little a little toast, finale, yapper, and then I'll be back in the song, and then if you want more, you tell me. So, here we go. Say hi, Stella. Movie star. Say thanks. Please support Julesworks. We love you. Thanks for watching. Yes, thank you. Good girl. Thank you. Nope, shake it off, girl. Shake it off. You'll be alright. Shake it off, Stella. There's your girl. Throw her away. That's Stella. There she is. Cheers, Stella. Thank you. Ha. Ha. Alright, y'all. There's the tail. That means it's the tail end. Thank you. Three, two, one. Oh, I already did that. Oh, hey. Hey, what's up, y'all? So, oh, look, the kitty's coming too. Yeah. So, you know, I've just been here all day getting this little show together. And supposed to have be doing a Zoom right now testing the new gear. Thank you to our Performer Rose Provine Grandma. I can show you the mic that's first time in use over there. That's yeah, so hopefully I sound all right. And I was going to have a toast with Kevin. And this part's true. Put some gold in there. And these are for my love. But, you know, I'll just do it. Almost got the show ready. Takes forever if you don't know that. Yeah, I do now. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I guess I took too long and Kevin fell asleep. He said he was gonna sort of, but I told him 1 sec. I had to pee, and he just, I don't know. So maybe I'll get him another night, but if not, we're gonna run a test on this is through the camera I just got. Thank you, Rose, once more, and the world, and well, that doesn't work. I was gonna show you what I'm not into horror stuff. However, the Late Late Horror Show really shouldn't be called that. You can't see a word of that. It should be called the... Oh, it's upside down. It should be called the Ren and Stimpy Sloth Short Double. Oh, joy. It is called the Late Late Horror Show is the name of the channel, because I think they probably had the name for a while, but they've been airing all these cool streams like right now, every night. You can live chat with people, BBC science fiction, old-time radio shows is the point. And I got the shirt and a coffee cup, too, but you don't need to see that. But a shirt, sort of. Oh, there's a cat. And I don't know. I guess that's that. So I'm just going to put the camera back. Thank you all. This is on Thursday night. The focus will come in. There you go. This is from David Kaufman, filmmaker. Bought that swag, too. Catching up on the swagging, I guess. So, we have a little gold, as you saw. And then this one I just got, too. Stack it up in the live stream for Hayes Carl Tuesday. Somebody who might be watching, Mr. Nixon. I know some of the good folks in there watch. Asked how many bottles of bourbon do I have, because I pretend like I'm sharing with everybody. They're all around the country, but that isn't the point. And anyway, I said the right amount. And I think that's the way to end this. So this was delicious, by the way, refreshing. I was not drinking until a little bit ago, and this was a good start because it's not too strong. Because when you're doing the OBS stuff, you really got to focus. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, first of all, I could have just wasted 3 minutes. The audio sucks or whatever. I did make the video look goofy on purpose. But, here we go. Ready? Without Kevin, and maybe there'll be another toast if he shows up someday. That part's true. Thank you, love. And that is for the cats. Thank you for watching the show. The tradition is always the little chat. Last show, my birthday, April the 4th, end of monthly Julesworks Follies. We started with a toast so that I didn't have to worry as I aired the show. This time, I don't know. Seems like every time I'm like, oh, it won't be as much, and then it's just is. But it's great. I love doing it. Thank you so much. Please consider the fact that I take off work and gather all these pieces donated by wonderful people. And so if you have any interest in helping, make sure we get good gear and keep going, please, the only current method I have, if you don't want to Venmo and do want to help support financially, any tip donation is accepted, but Venmo is set up, and it's just very simple. It's SJR-JW. So that would be Stephen Jules Rubin and Julesworks. SJR-JW, and that should show me up on Venmo. So anyway, thank you so much. Whether you can donate or not, thank you for watching. It's the most important thing. And the tradition, but after the little interview, so hey, Jules' Career Radio. I'm not host, says Stephen Jules Rubin. What do you think? I think it was wonderful, unique, different, free. And then after we cheers in a sec, so get your milk, your juice, whatever it is. Too bad Stanley's not down there. He would have got it on his head. He has before. It's backwards. I'm trying to show this one more time. Anyway, there's the Greg Turner music finale, and then as I'm watching the live stream, what'll happen, this is Thursday again, by the way, and we're about to toast, is that there's a bonus sequence if you want to stick around, but there's one more after this toast. Perhaps Kevin, I don't know, if he shows up to record, and then the Greg Turner song might come. All right, get your toast up. I cut that short because there's stuff that is irrelevant. If you want to support us, I did put in the chat there, you can join our Patreon or just throw a few bucks at the Buy Me Coffee. You don't have to. I'm going to shout because I do need to fill this. Hold on. And let's get ready. Speaking of Freebird, look at this bottle. One of my birthday bourbons for myself. And yeah, it was JoJo's birthday too. Mama JoJo's the other day. I told you everyone's birthday. Yellowbird, Freebird. So ready. And we're going to toast. Thank you. Thanks again, Margot. I saw she left, as she does. That's okay. And thank you, Rose, Grandma, so much. Thank you, David, Uncle DT Tom. Thank you to, Jim Jones and Sean Heelan and Nicola Salas. Thank you all and for your poetry suggestions, for watching. thanks to anybody else. I think that's the thanks. So, and then the Greg Turner group with Greg Turner, David Barsanti, and Sarah Meadows will do their finale song Medication after this Cheers. And then if you really want, I'll come back, and if you really want more stuff, we'll have a little bonus. But anyway, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This is going to be to Julesworks anniversary, to all of you, to the birthdays and everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Cheers. So here comes a little song, and then I'll be back to say goodbye or do bonus. So first, Loretta, get your dancing shoes on.
Well, I took my medication again last night. I took it without hesitation, knowing it was right. And then the sky opened up when a bolt of thunder, a flash of light streaked the night. No wonder the pounding rain intensified the pain last night. Then I took my medication the very next day. Oh, down my throat it dripped, but the symptoms all remained. My eyes couldn't focus on the winding road. My head started pounding like a bomb that might explode. Jaws clenched tight, I screamed into the night. Last night. Again last night. My agent booked a reservation on a one-way flight. And then the plane took off into the black of night. The engines roared through the silent sky, and my mind exploded with no sense of time. And then the plane took off into the blackest night. The engines roared through the cold and silent sky, and my mind exploded with no sense of time. Last night, last night, last night.
Okay, sorry for the delay. That was Susie's fault because I was making another poll. Poetry! I love it. Poems about poles. Okay. That was the Greg Turner Group. Medication. The Greg Turner Group is David Barsanti and Sarah Meadows. This is a poem about poles. No, not the North Pole. No, not the South Pole. The pole that guides us, that binds us, that divides us. The pole that keeps us together. The pole that falls in the pool. The pole that winds up as a poem. The pole that becomes the audience. The audience that becomes the pole. The pole that keeps the show going. The pole that fights the bad guy. The pole that brings us all together through music, love, bourbon, art, poetry, the poetry. Written just now. I didn't write it. I hope you did. Spoken just now by Jules, because of you. Hello, look. I couldn't figure out the whole time. Hey, Stan moved. All right, you ate and everything. Yeah, look how much he moved. Stan is a good boy. I couldn't understand the whole time, editing all day, and now, did I say, I didn't write that? Who wrote that? Like a year ago. It don't matter. So anyway, this won't be long, because I know it's bedtime. But I wanted to show off some birthday presents. We'll get to the... Well, I wasn't just going to show them off. We're going to use them. But we're not going to do that tonight. But we have a show at the end of the month again. Because the whole April Fool's show... I'm tired. We don't need to... So Willie Nelson, I got this. He just turned 90. What I was going to do... Because I'm pretty sure, unlike this show... I think this was a gem as far as finding the flashbacks from the flashbacks. I don't recall doing that as much. Because I said at the beginning of a year ago's show, April birthday, there wasn't as much content. So that's kind of why I think that I know you love the Yoke, that's why I showed it again. That's why I think that I'll save some of these things. But I want to show you what it is. I thought we were going to get to it this time. And plus the Jamie Harris mystery pack didn't come. So we'll get to all the... We'll end extended April and birthday love at the end of May because it'll be Memorial Day, and that sounds great. So we're going to spin this wheel. Not tonight. I'm not even going to open this for a month. This was a present from myself and Stanley and Stella. I think there's enough light. I don't need to mess with it. Sharpies. I showed you before. I just think it's... You said you got to go to bed or we were going to do it, so don't blame me. There's a tiger... 12 ultra fine, I never read this part, 18 fine, and a mystery marker. At least 1 to 3 mystery colors. So we're going to do that. I was going to start the show with that, and then draw between each break. And you think that ukulele's cool. That's real. I'm not even going to open it. I'll probably do an opening for the video. That's a real... Hello. Plus the kitties were mellowing out. I know what I must spend. Oh, such a perfect day. Happy to spend it with escargot. With you. Oh, such a perfect day. Anyway, obviously you gotta open it up and tighten the strings a little bit. It's a learning guitar. But it's real. The ukulele is a joke. I mean, where'd it go? But it's not even... I mean, you can do something. But anyway. Thank you all. The callback and bonus. Oh, what's going on with the food? Oh, shit. I gotta go. All right. I'll be right back after the bonus. Thank you. You'll like it. It'll be fine. Don't go.
Stella, what are you doing? You were playing with chords. Why is that? Get the chord. What are you? Hey. Good. Oh, she's a good. Ah, good job, Stella. The show stealer. Yeah. Say cheers. The show stealer. Stella, what are you doing? You were playing with chords. Why is that? Get the chord. What are you? Hey. Good. Oh, she's a good. Ah, good job, Stella. The show stealer. Yeah. Say cheers. The show stealer. Say hi, Stella. New star. Say thanks. Please support Julesworks. We love you. Thanks for watching. Yes, thank you. Good girl. Thank you. No, shake it off, girl. Shake it off. You'll be alright. Shake it off, Stella. There's your girl. Go on away. That's Stella. There she is. Cheers, Stella. Thank you. Alright, y'all. There's the tail. That means it's the tail end. Thank you.
Well, listen up, man. Alright. It's good. Got the whole world in a stem. She's got the whole world with her stem. I got the whole world with Tom Jones. I got the whole world with Stan Stelly.
I apologize, Stella wasn't done, so here's another video. Stella, what do you have to say? Rainy, huh? Okay.
This is part of it. Oh, did it start over? Oh no. What happened? Hey, stop it. Wait a minute. You can give it. There we go. Okay. And then we'll say goodbye. I guess the bonus wasn't the one that I thought. What happened there? Wasn't there 14 minutes of poetry? Is that how long it took? Was there 14 minutes of poetry? Self-gifts, yeah, exactly. But did the 14 minutes of poetry or what happened? It's supposed to be a bonus. All right. Sleep time. So it's perfect because the food got on the oven. It's time for the toast. I don't know what if, but I guess I'll look because if that bonus didn't air, I don't think it must have. It must have aired something shorter. I'll air it next time. But we got to do the toast for roses. Thank you all so much. That was supposed to be, I don't know, it's supposed to be me doing bonus poetry month from a year ago. Plus, the Timbo stuff is still finishing up. But anyway, so we have these self-gifts. Nobody, well, Susie got me stuff. I didn't need nothing. Next year I'll be 50. That's different. This year was nothing. But we'll have fun at the end of this month. Memorial Day. Come on, y'all. What else we can do? For Memorial Day, we'll do some karaoke, some Willie Nelson. We got a guitar. We'll make art. Let's make a date. Monday, May 30th. Y'all in? I hope so, because I'm in. That was fun. Margot, let me know, Margot, if the day of the week matters. So anyway, let's do a countdown. 13. Look at this cute little thing. Good night. Thank you. Look at them. The 4 roses. 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Thank you all. We got our purple beer because that was the theme of the night. Purple matters. And I think anybody there? I think we're good. Good night. Thank you all. It's been a thing. Thanks for all the support. Much love. And see you soon. Join the show. Keep on keeping. Meows. Look, hold up. Stella's ready. She's like, well, what's next, Daddy? I mean, that was a great show, but let's put something else on. All right. Thank you all. Bye.